Hi, so today we're going to be going over a valgus tape job, for the UCL of the elbow. So this tape job, you will need zinc oxide tape as well as ultralight for our anchors. So for this, our athlete's going to be arm out. So we're going to check PMS. So first, check his cap refill. Okay. Can you wiggle your fingers?
Mm-hmm.
You feel that?
Yep.
Do you feel that?
Yep.
Do you feel that?
Yep.
Alrighty. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the area we're going to be taping. So we're going to look for contraindications to tape, which would be decap BTLS. I see nothing. Those red marks are from tape I put on him earlier. We're also going to ask our pre-tape questions. So have you been taped before?
Yes.
Are you allergic to tape or sprays?
No.
No? Alrighty. So we cleared everything. We're safe to move on. So again, we're going to start with our ultralight, applying our anchors above and below the elbow joint. As you can see, he's not really injured, huh?
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm going to need you to hold the phone while I apply this.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to apply his proximal anchor. So we're going to go just above the bicep, up here, above the divot in the bicep. Can you flex your arm for me? Thank you. We want to do that so the muscle isn't impeded from contracting how it needs to contract in a game situation. That's our one. Heat mold it down. Next, we're going to do the distal anchor, which that is going to go over the forearm here, kind of at the tapering of the forearm. So right off the bat, just flex that. Keep that tense. Come around. There we go. Rip. Heat mold it down. Next, we're going to do our functional part of the tape job. So for this, we need zinc oxide. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to have him move his arm out like this. So we're trying to find his medial epicondyle, which is right here. It's a big bony bump on the inside of the elbow. We want to avoid behind it where the ulnar nerve is, and we want to kind of cross just in front of it. So that's where we want our point to be, where our X to cross per se. So try and hold your arm out. Next, I'm going to start this roll of tape. And the easiest way to sort of mark it is we're going to make an X. So do you mind just rolling up your sleeve? Thank you. So we're going to cross. Again, I'm going to mark we want it right there where my thumb is. So again, crossing like this. It's the easiest way to sort of mark where we want our tape. So again, like that. We're going to make an X over the spot. Next, crossing over the other way. So again, I'm going to remark it. So again, right there. So start on the bottom, lay the tape down. That should be that seems to be a little too on the front, but a little too high, but I agree. I think it's a little too high. So I'm going to reuse my strips. I'm just going to lay them back down on a more lateral point of his elbow. So again, I want it like right there. So right there, like that. I just wasn't on the lateral side of your elbow as much as I wanted it to be. Again, marking over. So cross. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill in this X with other support strips. Basically, they will narrow down. So again, we want it to narrow, crossing the same point as the rest. That's okay. So again, start a little. I'm just overlapping by half to sort of, and then we want them to cross the same spot, like so. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. My arm is tired.
Yeah, you can let it down. Let it rest a minute. I'm just going to size up another strip. Okay, that should be good. Okay, just want you to lift your arm a little more. Thank you. You mold it down, sorry. Next, last few. That's okay. I get it. Next, I'm gonna lay that down, half overlap as well. Lay it down. Next, a few more.
Can I grab a bugle?
Yeah, go grab a bugle.
I'm hungry.
I respect it.
Okay, I got two.
Alright. Hold the arm out. So again, last two. We want to just sort of fill in the X we made with our tape. So I'm overlapping them by half. That's sort of how I'm doing it to make sure I cover where I need to cover. So one last strip just going down is what we need. So, ta-da. Okay. Next. Now that all our strips are down, I'm going to re-anchor. The ones that went a little long, I can dog ear them to give them a little more strength. So, yep, so just flex your bicep again. Thank you. See, dog ear it so it gets a little more strength. Gonna go one more time. You're still flexing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go here. Rip it there. Heat mold it down. Now the distal one, so flex your forearm. Okay. Anchors are down. Tape is good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to recheck PMS. So check his cap refill. And you wiggle your fingers. Do you feel that?
Yep.
Do you feel that?
Yep.
And do you feel that?
Yep.
Alrighty. Now we're going to move into our sport-specific functional testing. So for this, our athlete is a basketball player. So we're going to have him do some single axis movements. So just bending and extending his arm at the elbow. Okay, moving on to slow multi-axial. I'm going to have him sort of reach up like a going for a layup. Scoop up, yeah. Do that a few times. Have him also do a passing motion. Now we're going to do that at full speed without a ball. And then lay up again, sort of practicing those game actions he's going to need to do. The next is agility and balance testing for the arm. So for agility, I'm going to have him sort of touch my hand at different positions. Sorry for the angle, it's hard to show. Okay, balance, I want him arm at 90, and I'm going to try and move his arm around, and he won't let me. That's the goal. Okay. Next, we're going to have him get on his equipment. Do you have a shooting sleeve?
No.
No, you don't wear a shooting sleeve?
Nope.
Okay.
These things are so strange.
Alrighty.
They're so strange.
What?
They take weird
Bugles?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So next, we're going to have him do those scenarios on putting the whole movement together. So on a court, I'd have him do the layup, have him do the passing motion, and then next we would add the ball. So he would go up for a few layups, go for a few passes, and second last, we would have him do so under the pressure of a defenseman. The last thing is recreation of the injury. So UCL sprains are caused by a valgus force at the elbow, which essentially it forces the forearm this way and the humerus that way. Yes, sort of like that. So a place that could happen is if he's going for like one of those big passes where he needs a lot of power, where he does it sort of like a throw, like that. He could sort of get some valgum in there. So we would potentially have him try that. Another thing we could do is, again, a mechanism of injury would be falling on an outstretched hand. So we would recreate a mechanism or a situation where that could potentially happen. That is all.